What's going on? Ethan, back at the whiteboard. God, such a satisfying sound. So today I'd like to share something with you guys that I've learned about money over the years through my various, little business ventures that I've done, as well as, jobs that I've had over the years. Now, before I get to all this action on the whiteboard here, I want to ask you guys, because this video is free, the only thing that I ask for in return that you give me a nice little thumbs up on the video and consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. All right, guys, so this is a two-parter right over here. First part, and the second part over here. Now, to be able to be successful in two, you have to master these concepts in one. Now, some of the things I might go over might be kind of basic, but the fundamentals are what are important to be able to be, successful in other domains, not just this, but like in life, right? Not just being able to earn money and stuff like that, but other parts of your life as well. All right, so take a look at this. Over here, got hour-based pay. So pretty self-explanatory, right? The money you make is a result of how long you work, right? So if you want to increase the money that you're making over here, you either increase your time or you increase your expertise, right? Roughly the working year, about 2,000 hours, right? So we all have, roughly 2,000 hours to be working, and that's, there's things with overtime and stuff like that. But for the vast majority of us, we're going to be working with 2,000 hours. So that's kind of like our limiting variable here. Take a look at expertise here. Now this could be certificates, skilled labor, stuff like that, specialized knowledge. That could be, a college degree, or we could increase, our expertise to command a higher pay and make more money. Okay, let's talk about this. A little bit of story time here, right? 350, right? I was making 350. That was my first wage. I was about 7 years old. A little bit of background here. When I was 7, that's when I first started making money, and that was, doing chores around the house. And it was with my father, and, like what's a realistic wage for a 7-year-old, $3.50. Okay, that makes sense. But the lesson there was, my dad said, okay, we have these things to do around the house. If you do it my way, you'll get paid. If you do it your way, it's free, right? So I'm like, okay, well, shoot, I want to make money, I want to get paid, so I'll do it your way. So what that started to do is that created a standard, right? There's a certain standard, a certain quality of work that you're going to do here to command your wages, right? A 7-year-old with little work experience and stuff like that, $3.50, 350 is probably, right around there. From here, this goes into your work ethic, right? So if I want to make more money, okay, I want to make $5 an hour, $6 an hour, right? From there, what kind of work ethic do I need to have to be able to command that kind of wage, right? The more I work my butt off, the more money I'll be able to make. So, okay, we got that figured out. And what that did is that helped me to understand the value of a dollar, right? I know what $5 an hour, what kind of work ethic that's going to take to be able to command $5 an hour, $12 an hour, $18 an hour, right? I can kind of start to put together what that looks like so that I can, go after that. And so in understanding that, that's how I was able to go from making $3.50 an hour when I was 7 all the way up to over $20 an hour, later on in life. And I was actually talking with a concrete guy who owns a small business, and he was saying that he's hiring people onto his company at $20 an hour starting pay, 0 work experience, $20 an hour. And I think we've kind of like digressed into the, the saying of knowing the value of nothing and the cost of everything, because, I have like a, vision and an idea of what $20 an hour looks like, what kind of wage, what kind of work ethic you have, kind of skill set you have. And I'm sure you have one too, and so does someone else and someone else. But he was signing on guys at 20 an hour that have never picked up a concrete trowel in their entire life. And this kind of goes back to like the whole thing of, having a labor shortage in the market right now, and small businesses are just really trying to just find anyone to keep their doors open. That was a whole other discussion. But yeah, that basically taught me the value of a dollar and where to go and developing that work ethic and stuff like that. Now my problem with this is that it's a linear model, right? So maybe I'm making $12 an hour, and then I make 15, and then maybe 17, and then 18, right? It's not, there's a certain ceiling at a certain point, right? If you're in a job making $15 an hour, 20 years from now, that same job probably isn't going to be at like 100 an hour, 80 an hour, even 60 an hour, right? And so this linear growth was the first thing that I learned from this. And so I was thinking, how can I escape that? How can I basically make more money for myself? And that's where we're going to transition over here to number two. So number two, results-based pay, right? So the money that you're going to make is a result of, I use this word good or results, right? How good you work, the value that you add. The two main things that I put for this one are your effort, right? And your effort has a lot to do with the things over here, right? Effort encompasses time, it encompasses work ethic, your standards, stuff like that. Without all of this, like nailed down, this doesn't work, right? That won't work. The other thing is your responsibility. So you can increase your effort, increase your responsibility. Because in life or finances, the more you can increase your responsibility, the more things you'll be able to do and have. And responsibility also goes into that, being a business owner and being more responsible for your own financial well-being. So this is, you have clients that you're responsible, you have employees you're responsible, you have, equipment that you're responsible, you have a whole lot more risk and responsibilities because you decided to make money off of results. Okay, let's go into a little bit of story time here. So I was the kid that mowed lawns in the neighborhood. I started mowing lawns when I was about 10, and then I did it all the way till my senior year of high school. Now, when I first started mowing lawns, I was like, okay, I can make money at this. How can I make more money? Okay, I could either add more lawns, right? Mow more lawns, or increase my quality of work or the value I add. Maybe that's fertilizing, aerating, doing a better job, trimming edges or blowing grass or cleaning up or stuff like that. Because when I was 10, right, there's a certain quality, a certain standard of stuff you could do. But, when I was at 15 or 16, that kind of changes and goes up a lot, so I can command higher prices. Now, this didn't really take off for me until like middle school. I'd say like beginning of middle school is when the lawns got real serious for me. And what I discovered is that the harder I work, the less time I have to spend working, because I got school, I want to hang out with my friends, I want to do other stuff. So if I apply this, if I just bust my butt, do a good job, I can make more money and have more time to do the things that I like to do. Okay, cool. So in middle school and high school, I would work 10 to 12 hours every Saturday and bust out all my lawns. Now, the thing about that is a lot of my friends were, doing part-time jobs or stuff like that. And, they'd work odd hours throughout the week and stuff like that. And I was able to make my own schedule, work one day a week, and there was always money in the bank. Like money was always there. I never had to worry about it, or like I could always pay for the things I wanted to buy. And I don't say that to like impress you or anything. It's just like this lifestyle, it was hard work. Not a lot of people wanted to do it, but this lifestyle that I had, in middle school and high school allowed me to do that later on, right? Freed up my schedule to where I could do other things. So here the thinking is not, I'm working for a paycheck, what's my hourly rate? I was thinking, okay, I could mow a lawn for, $20, a $20 lawn, I could mow in say 20 minutes, and then I could mow a $40 lawn in say 40 minutes. Okay, cool, I just made $60 in an hour. Wait a minute, that's $60 an hour. I just made $60 an hour mowing lawns, whereas over here, I'm busting my butt just to make 20. So what's going on here? So this was, I can put in the effort, put in the work to be able to do this. I increase my effort, increase my responsibility, and I'm able to make $60 an hour. And I never thought of it as $60 an hour, right? It's just like, oh, I want to make 30 bucks a pop, 20 bucks a pop, whatever it is. But this got me into the mindset of not thinking this linear model over here of scaling my income, but this is a more exponential model, right? I can have more leverage with this stuff over here. I'm not sure I'm trading my time for money in an instance, but how I looked at it was, $20 a pop for a lawn, $30 a pop for a lawn. If I work harder, I could squeeze another lawn in there and make more money. Awesome. So this was more of an exponential track. Okay. What if I buy a tractor that does the work of two men? Okay, I can leverage that. I can get more money from doing that. I can charge a higher rate. What if I get, an employee on there? What if I get different machines and stuff like that? And this goes for, other things in life, related to business and stuff, is you have a lot of leverage over here on this side. Your only leverage over here is really your expertise and somewhat, to your time and availability that you have. So kind of what I was able to like condense this down to is that the difference between this and what this lesson overall is a change in your mindset, right? The questions that this person asks are, how much is my paycheck? And over here, it's how much can I make, right? And if you're watching this video, I'm sure you've probably heard of Robert Kiyosaki. If you haven't, he's the author of Rich Dad Poor Dad. He talks about something called the cash flow quadrant. Right? I teach this to all my friends. This is great. So you have ESBI, right? Employee, self-employed, business owner, investor. Right? Over here on this side, this is hardcore E, right? Hardcore employee. Somewhat of a S, specialized, self-employed, small business owner. There's some of that over there. Head over here, this is mainly B and I, right? Business owner, investor. There's also some S, right? Some small business, specialized, self-employed. There's some of that over there as well. But the difference between over here and between each of these quadrants on the cash flow quadrant is a change in your mindset and change in your beliefs of how you look at money. And this kind of goes to like what you're trying to accomplish. Like, what is money going to get you in life? What's more important to you, freedom or having like some certainty, right? And it's good to be in both. But again, going back, like you have to have this figured out before you can go over here, because if you don't have a work ethic, this is nothing, right? If you don't have a certain standard and a certain level of quality with the work you do and stuff, over here ain't gonna work for you. All right, if you've made it this far into the video, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for sticking around to the end. If you haven't already, if you got value out of this, you like this kind of stuff, hit that like button. And also consider subscribing if you haven't already and you enjoy this kind of stuff. What do you guys think about the whiteboard? I think I'm gonna keep doing this kind of style and format. Let me know in the comments down below. All right, see you guys next time. Take care.